Hello again, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another episode of Fireplace Chats with Jack. I'm Jack Talcott, here to discuss how to live without fear. And I am trying to do something new today, so there's a StreamYard link I tried to share. If anyone's interested in hopping on, feel free. Um, I had a lot of thoughts this morning about the season, some inspiration, some observations, and really giving some interesting perspectives on humanity. So some of the things I say you might not agree with, but the link's available. Hop on and prove me wrong. Although if you're watching after the fact, it won't help, will it? So what I was thinking about is humans. We get along pretty well, right? I'm thinking about my neighborhood, my community. Got a great community. I'm blessed where I live. Wonderful, wonderful neighborhood. Good people that stick to themselves, hardworking, caring. That was something else I noticed. I was scrolling on Facebook and I see there's a lot of people out there who do want to help. People want to help people. It's normal, it's our nature. But people don't know how to help people. Our world is literally nuts. And so then that got me to thinking even more. All right, so if the neighborhoods and communities are fine, what's the difference between that and the nations? Well, we only have wars when we have cults and when we have competition. See, we were born into a culture full of cults, and the cult members fight each other like nonstop within and outside of the cults. So what are you talking about, Jack? What do you mean all these cults? Well, okay, what's a cult? A cult is a group of people, right? They come together and they create an us. And then that us becomes separated from them. And so within the cult, they have their own knowledge, their own secrets, their own codes of conduct that they don't openly share with everyone else. And so we've heard about the suicidal cults from history in the past. There's plenty of mainstream cults going on as well. I mean, our religions are cults. Our governments are cults. Our law enforcement is a cult. Our military is a cult. Um, the Republicans and Democrats, the parties are cults. Our businesses are cults. When we start separating ourselves, we're dividing nature. Human nature is for us to be together. We're social animals. Science and experience proves that. So if you can accept the fact that we were born into a culture of cults, and that the beliefs of the cults are what actually have been separating us, not the people. See, in the neighborhood, when we're not talking politics, religion, whatever, when we're just talking about the day-to-day stuff, everyone seems to get along, right? It's when we create these facades, these images of one another that keep us separated, keep us angry, keep us afraid. We don't have to know everyone, but we sure don't have to hate everyone either. And we don't have to fear everyone. We don't have to fear or hate anyone. We got to learn to love ourselves so that we don't. Because really, there is just one of us. It's always been you. You're the only one in your experience. You're the one who needs to be cared for by you, to be loved by you. See, and that brings me into the spirit of the time, the date, right? Here it is, December 23rd. And, you know, if by some chance my buddy hears me, happy birthday, Marty Van Ho. I love you and I miss you, my brother. But we're nearing the Christmas time, right? And so what is Christmas? There's lots of impressions and traditions and cultures of what this time means, but you know, it is a new beginning, right? The winter solstice just hit. The days are starting to become greater. The sun is returning in greater strength for us in the northern hemisphere. And by the traditions, there's a spiritual, magical time about this time of year. We call it Christmas, and the Spirit of Christ is celebrated. Many celebrate the name, and they symbolize a man named Jesus. But he was the carrier, he was the messenger of the Spirit of the Christ. And the Spirit of Christ, because of him, it is with us, as us, when we allow it. So I've been having conversations locally about how do you capture the Christed spirit within you. I've been trying to figure out how to explain this. It's God who controls the awakening. It's God who controls the grace. God who controls the knowledge. God who controls. Praise God. That's my greatest suggestion to you. Praise God. Find humility in you, as you. See, the goal of being a human is to live and to be you. Well, what are you? You don't know what you are. You only think you know what you are because this cult society taught you to believe in the world. The Bible warned of it, right? The image of Satan. Satan controls this world. And I'm not sure, it might even be the form of physicality. It might be the material form. Like we are prisoners in this human life. Each of us, we are prisoners in this cycle of karma and incarnation on this beautiful Mother Earth. For us to learn who we are, the eternal consciousness of the divine is who we are. So I shared this on Facebook earlier too. It's from the stillness of the mind. Hey, brother, I got a guest.
What's up, man?
How are you, my brother? Thank
I'm
you.
doing good. I saw you live and I was about to shut this thing down, but I thought I'd come in here and wish you a Merry Christmas. And I'm hearing your build here, and I want to return value for value. I appreciate you sharing your time with me over these last several days. So I thought I'd come in here and give you some encouragement. And I know that pressure, right? We turn this thing on and we start sharing ourselves. And it's sometimes, you know, we got messages we want to share with people. And it's like sometimes like, is there anybody out there? And so I'm here to wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm here to say I'm here with you. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing your powerful words, and I'm enjoying watching your journey. And yeah, I got about 10 minutes or so to hang with you if you'll you allow me, and you can keep building. And if you
Please.
spark some, I'll jump in. I'm getting myself talked out, but I'm so enjoying this process with everyone. I was spending some time with Moose and them this morning, and I'm just having so much fun. But I'm realizing, I think in the spirit of the holiday season, next few days, I'm probably going to be a scarce fellow around here, but we'll be bursting back onto the scene here next week and into the new year. But yeah,
Dude,
I'm hearing your both.
thank you, brother. This is beautiful. And and we together, we are watching our growth unfold. I mean, we're part of this joined experience somehow, this magical time. And brother, thank you for popping in. Seriously, I saw Moose was going earlier. He had a full panel and it looked like it was going pretty good, so I didn't really give it much attention. And I'm trying to figure out my own life, man. That's kind of where this started at. Was I was looking at my life and practicing what I know. And I was just getting to what I shared on Facebook right when you popped up, brother.
Cool.
I shared this on Facebook. It's from the stillness of the mind we choose our direction, right? So actually, I don't remember what I wrote. From stillness of mind, choose the thoughts you want to pursue. Okay. And so that's what I was considering in my own life. And I was like, okay, Jack, well, what do you want to pursue? Where are you? What is your goal? What is your reality? What direction do you want to turn your time and energy towards? Okay. But then on Facebook, I added it. Okay. From the stillness of mind, choose the thoughts you want to pursue. Most people don't know how to still their mind. Okay. So what I learned to define for myself is the stillness of mind can be found beyond breath. Okay. And so recognize, extend, become one with the pauses in between your breaths. Embrace the still bliss of being and choose the direction you want your thoughts and ideas to become. It's up to us to overcome the confusion in our own minds. And we don't notice our confusion until we try to become still. And so I'd heard about the old yogis. They said, breath is life. You know, breath is emotion. Control your breath, you'll control your life. I tried that. I could not figure out how to control my breath. And then I came across Tony Robbins, and he uses states of mind to affect the emotions. So I'm not describing his method accurately, but it's through the mind you can control your emotions, and through the emotions you can control your breath. But then I was trying to figure out, well, how do I control my mind? And there was, through my own experience and practices a long time ago, I realized God, the infinite intelligence, the mind that allows life to be, that is the mind beyond our breath, because after our breath, we supposedly go meet our maker. You know, you got those near-death experiences of people saying they move into the light and become one with the source. So it's after death, after breath, we unite with God. So we can still our breath within our body by completely breathing out, exhaling the breath, and then consciously saying, this breath that breathes me is my life. By this next breath, I'm allowed to continue. And then we bring our gratitude within, our mind within. We become one with the divine. And that's where I was going with the season too. My talk on the season. We're coming into this Christmas season where people we were born into a world of deception, and we've been confused about what things actually mean. But this is a season of care and family and gratitude and love and worship and all of those things, regardless of faith or tradition or cult. Cult was the words I was using. Um, Man, this life is a fun game. Once we give up, once we surrender, man, once we surrender. Oh, back to what, if I may, where I came to my mind. All right, Jack, you are where you are. You are who you are who you are. You know what you want. God knows what you want. I'm trying to reunite with my son, achieve justice, save my home. I'm trying to help the homeless in my community. I'm trying to encourage some of the local pastors to share messages with their congregations. And I'm trying to find a way to speak to the global leaders of the world, maybe the global media, and help wake this damn world up, man. It's time for us to start worshiping the truth, because that's what I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to continue allowing the truth, the facts, and the evidence that I see to guide my choices. And that's all the truth is what facts and evidence have our minds and our experience allowed us to realize. And so, as long as our goals are pure, man, as long as our goals are to improve ourselves, to improve this world, to try and help others enjoy their lives in better ways, as long as we're doing that, life is fun. Life becomes more simple, and it does become more exciting. And honestly, that is, I swear to God, this is from experience. If you do not, well, to deny God is to deny yourself the truth. To deny yourself the truth is to deny yourself love. So, literally, from experience, we create our own misery and suffering in our lives by our own choices.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot there I could say. And people do lose their breath in the holidays, right? Just the stress of moving here and moving there, and I'm cooking and I'm cleaning and I got to get the children ready to go do this thing and that. And in my family, we have stopped that. We take it slow. But just a practical example of like perspective and how you look at things will create the reality that you have. So we're sitting here. I moved out to an 1800s farmhouse. It's called, and I'll tell you this story some other time, Jack, but it was right around this time of year. Yeah, I refer to it as a great Christmas squat of 2016. We sold a house in the big city of Des Moines, and we packed the whole family up essentially on Christmas weekend. It was snowing. It was hellacious. We did not a conditional, so I'm forgetting the exact word, but in real estate where you made a deal on the basis of selling your other house. And this house had been sitting empty. This old farmhouse had been sitting empty for so long. And they let us essentially come in here and stay until the deal was done because we were selling the other house. So I call it the great Christmas squad of 2016. But, you know, living in an old house like this, our pipes freeze sometimes when it gets super crazy and we're having these super gusty winds and it's, you know, it's -6, -10 degrees. And so we're dealing with this struggle right now today. And we got one faucet in our bathroom sink that is still trickling out hot water. And we got meals planned and we have some guests coming over and we're going to share our holiday season. And it would be so easy, you know, and me and my wife are talking about this and breathing through it. and it would be so easy to sit here and get mad and get frustrated about this. But we try really hard because we have to in our lives. We try really hard to flip that. And we say, you know what? This is sort of like camping. This is sort of like being on an off grid place up in the mountains. And you got to do those extra little, when you're in camp, you got to be a little more careful with your water. You got to try to be a little less messy. You got to budget stuff. And then suddenly it becomes this thing, which is some other people would be like, oh my God, this is hell. To us now, suddenly it's reminding us to appreciate the things that we take for granted, to enjoy that good bowl of soup that we're going to have at chili. My wife's making a big batch of chili, and she had to do, a bunch of extra steps to get there. And so it becomes, and that's what this season is about, right? Is doing more with less. And we have great Christmas rituals. So on Christmas Eve, we'll watch Bill Murray Scrooge, which is just one of my favorite movies. We watch it every year together, and we got some family coming in, so we'll all be snuggled up one way or another, watching that movie, enjoying ourselves, and then having the great celebration of Christmas morning and enjoying our children, enjoying things and all this. So
God bless, brother. That sounds amazing. And yeah, my climate and my situation isn't as yours. The cold and I had no furnace the past couple days. I had a temporary condition like you're describing. It makes life an adventure. It makes it a little scary. So brother, please, yes, it sounds like you and your family have an amazing setup. And you reminded me too, when you mentioned the stress of this time, my brothers and sisters at the post office, oh my God, my heart goes out to them with encouragement and love and gratitude for any of them who might happen to catch this too. So,
well, that was amazing. Did you know? Because I saw that one little video you had where you were talking about standing on the furnace and warming your toes. Did you know the furnace was about to go out, or did that happen? No. Oh. See, life is telling you something, Jack, and you're doing the right thing. And this is what I see in you. I see you struggling, not even struggling. I see you on a journey of doing the right thing. And it is like you mentioned Job the other day, right? The book of Job, I thought came up a little bit about suffering and, like why there's something in that. So I see, I just want to encourage you in your journey in those little moments, where it's like you're doing the right thing. You're sitting there, you're looking outside, and you're taking that extra moment to breathe and to appreciate, like, man, this is amazing that I have a home and even this simple furnace. And then a couple of days later, the furnace goes out. And then you start thinking, well, what the hell are you, like universe, God, all this, like, what are you doing to me? Like, I'm appreciating your thing, but it's that thing. It's pushing you somewhere. It's pushing you somewhere. And I believe that.
It's already revealed blessings. Since the furnace went out, I've already received blessings, and my hope has been restored. I got connected with a guy from my past, and things are looking up. I really believe, I think there is a chance for a Christmas miracle for me.
That'd be cool, man. I hope you get one, dude. So what is your plan for Christmas? What are you going to be doing?
My prayer is that my son's back here with me, that he comes home somehow.
Or maybe just a phone call.
You know what? Yes, anything. That's what I'm praying for, the doors of communication to open. That's all it is. But otherwise, after my furnace went out, a guy from my past came back into my present, and he invited me to his house to spend the day with him and his family. So I may do that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Good. We got to stop. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear you're not going to be alone on this day, right? That's a special part of it, right? And sometimes people like being alone too. It's not saying there's anything wrong necessarily with being alone, but I see you as a person who's trying to make those human connections, and I'm glad that you'll be breaking bread with some folks and having a good day and you know, I had a point in my life in my journey on truth where I was about to do away with all these holidays. I was just, because of reasons that people do. I was just done. And I'm still a little hardcore about certain holidays. I don't get too much into it, but as I furthered on the journey even more and I realized it wasn't about my personal relationship, but about other people and my children and how they experience these days. Um, I've come full circle on that. Where there's some of them I really enjoy for what they are, and the winter solstice, and that whole miraculous journey of days getting shorter, and then the hope of the new year, and how it brings us together in these cold moments and everything. So I've become a big fan actually of Christmas uh, after maybe about to discard it, which is crazy.
I did away with it, and there's nothing planned in my home. So um, I don't know what the future will bring, but I do honor this time of year, and the intentions behind it, behind the traditions. I think they're wonderful. If we can bring that mindset to daily, that's the point, though. And I think that's our purpose, is for us to be the Christed beings, and and to bring heaven to earth. I really do, man. Keep your skepticism, but just open it up with a little faith that we're here to break the karmic cycles. We're here to overcome the generations of abuse. And I believe we are here to bring heaven to earth. We're here to help each other create perfect lives. Right? We're here to sharpen each other, help each other become strong. And these days and these times, my brother, we've got these technologies and the wisdom of folks like you and others.
And imagine maybe one day we'll have a panel, because like we've talked about before, we're sort of on different ends of this thing where you have an estranged relationship with your son. I have a estranged relationship with my mom, and maybe one day as we communicate and unlock these riddles and share our journey on this, maybe we can help each other grow towards that. And I appreciate you sharing your time. I'm probably going to roll, but
I'm about to jump off too. So I think
cool.
I said what I was going to.
Yeah, but I appreciate you, Jack, a lot, and I'm glad that I met you, and I'm thankful for you, and I'll be thinking of you on Christmas, and I hope you have a great day with your friends, and I look forward to building with you in the future, in the new year, and everything.
Me as well. God
All
bless you,
right,
brother.
peace and
Peace.
power to you, man.
You as well. Hey, and for the others who joined, please and thank you. I appreciate it. And this is a time for us to celebrate. Life really is a gift. It really is. I was thinking about it along the lines of our conversation, and then I am going to wrap up. But I was driving out to meet with someone recently, and I was driving out to meet the local pastor, and observing the icy roads and the comfort of my drive. Thinking back, I know the history of the Pacific Northwest a little bit, and 100 years ago, 150 years ago, it was a brutal existence. It was tough. This is a tough climate to live in the wintertime. But our ancestors did it. The natives did it. Humans, man, humans are tough. We can survive, we can overcome, we can get through practically anything. Humans. But then the other side of that, man, life is so, so fragile. Just it can be gone like that. Everything you know, everything, it can be gone. So we can't live in fear of loss, but we can be grateful for what we've got. So find the gratitude within, fill yourself with that love and that strength, that confidence. The thoughts of gratitude will give you strength, give you confidence, the courage to push on, to stand up for what's right, and do what you love. Find reasons to love. And God bless. Peace for everyone. Choose love and live without fear. Thanks again for everyone joining.